In this video, you will learn how to solve different math problems to prepare for the CFAT and ASVAB test. A circle has a radius of 8 inches. What is its approximate area? Now, to solve this, we just use the formula for determining the area of a circle, which is equal to pi r squared, where r here is the radius of the circle. Knowing that pi is equivalent to 3.14 and the radius is given as 8 inches, we can just simply plug in all the given values to the formula. So this would be area equals 3.14 times the radius, the square of the radius, which is 8 inches. And then this is equivalent to 3.14 times 64, because 8 squared is 64, and then you just multiply, and this would give us a value which is equal to 200.9 square inches. So the answer here is this one. If y cubed plus x cubed equals y cubed plus p cubed, then x equals. Alright, to solve this, we just have to subtract y cubed from both sides. So that would be y cubed plus x cubed equals y cubed plus p cubed. And then we subtract y cubed from both sides. Alright, y cubed cancels out, and then we're left with x cubed equals p cubed. And then we take the third root or the cube root of both sides. Okay. So cube root of x cubed is just equivalent to x, and cube root of p cubed is equivalent to p. Therefore, x is just equal to p. So the answer here is this one. If negative 7x equals 49, then x equals. Alright, now to solve this, we just have to isolate x by dividing both sides of the equation by negative 7. So we divide this by negative 7 as well as this one, and then negative 7 here on the left cancels out, then we're left with x equals 49 divided by negative 7. And notice here that 49 is divisible by 7, and 49 divided by negative 7 is just equivalent to negative 7. So the answer here is this one. A cubic box has 10-inch sides. What is its volume? Now to solve for the volume, we just use the formula length times width times height. So it is stated here in the problem that it is a cubic box. So that means all of the sides are equal, therefore equivalent to 10 inches. Alright, so the length, the width, and the height are just equivalent. We can plug in the values to the formula. So that will be 10 inches times 10 inches times 10 inches. And this would give us a value which is equivalent to 1,000 cubic inches. Okay, therefore the answer here is this one. A cube has a volume of 512 cubic inches. what is the length of one side of the cube? Since the given shape here is a cube, therefore the length, height, and width will have to have the same measure. So the volume, which is equivalent to the length times width times height, and it is given that it is equivalent to 512 cubic inches. So let's say length times width times height is just equivalent to a cube. Alright, so this is a cube. Then we get the cube root of both sides. And the cube root of a cube is just equivalent to a. And then we get the cube root of 512 cubic inches. A here is the length or width or height. 512, we can write 512 as 8 times 8 times 8, which is just 8 cubed, and cube root of 8 cubed is just equivalent to 8. Therefore A is just equivalent to 8 inches. So the length of one side of the cube is equal to 8 inches. So the answer here is this one. X to the fifth raised to the power of 3 or cube equals. Now to solve this, we use the law of exponents. Let's recall the power rule. So let's say we're given x to the m raised to the power of n. So when a term is with an exponent and raised to a certain power, it is supposed to be n, then we just have to multiply the exponents. So this is just equivalent to x to the power of m times n, or x to the power of mn. So in this case, we're given x to the fifth cube, then we just have to multiply 5 and 3. So this would become x to the power of 5 times 3, and 5 times 3 is just equal to 15. So this is just x to the 15. The answer here is this one. If y inches of rain falls in 1 minute, how many inches will fall in p hours? So this given problem here involves quantity, rate, and time. Or that is just quantity equals rate times time. Now we are asked here to solve for the amount of rain, which is the quantity that falls in p hours, which is the time, at y inches per minute, which is the rate. But before doing that, we need to convert hours, p hours, to minutes, since the given rate here is per minute. So this would be p hours converting hours to minutes, and there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, so we just have to multiply this by 60 minutes per 1 hour. And then hour here cancels out, then we get 60 times p minutes. Sorry, should be minutes. And now we can solve for the amount of rain. So the amount of rain, or the quantity, is just equal to the rate, which is y inches per 1 minute. And times the time, which is 60p minutes. The minute unit here cancels out, then we're left with the unit inches. Then multiplying that, the amount of rain is just equivalent to 60 py. Therefore the answer here is this one 60 py.